Students, welcome back to our channel NEET Mantra. I am Prince Sharma, your biology faculty and mentor. So with this video, we start day 14 of our 50-day quick revision series. If you missed our previous videos, link is in the description. And for more videos like this, please do subscribe to our channel. So in this video, we are going to have a quick revision of chapter Anatomy of Flowering Plant. So let's start. What is a tissue? A group of cells having a common origin and usually performing common function are called tissue. तो एक ग्रुप ऑफ सेल है जो कि जिनका ओरिजिन कॉमन है और वो एक कॉमन फंक्शन परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, उनको टिश्यू बोला जाता है. प्लांट टिश्यू इज डिवाइडेड एज फर्स्ट कैटेगरी वी हैव मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू. इन दिस वी हैव थ्री मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू: एपिकल मेरिस्टम विच इज फाउंड एट शूट टिप एंड रूट टिप. Second, we have intercalary meristem which is found at base of leaf at internodes. And third, we have lateral meristem which is found below the cork in vascular and cork cambium. So apical meristem and intercalary meristem are primary meristem and lateral meristem is secondary meristem. Next, we have permanent tissue. In this we have two categories: simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. In simple permanent tissue we have parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, and in complex permanent tissue we have xylem and phloem. So we study parenchyma a little bit in detail. Parenchyma is a simple permanent living tissue. Wall are thin and made up of cellulose. Small intercellular space is there, or no intercellular space you can say, and they perform a function of photosynthesis, storage and secretion. Second one, we have collenchyma. It consists of cells which are much thickened at corner. You have to remember this point, due to cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin. They provide mechanical support to growing part of plant like young stem and petiole of a leaf. They are also known as living mechanical tissue. The third one we have is sclerenchyma, and it is also known as dead mechanical tissue due to the deposition of lignin. A supportive tissue having highly thickened wall with little or no protoplasm due to deposition of lignin. They are of two types: fibers and sclerites. These are commonly found in fruit wall of nuts, pulp of fruit like guava, pear, sapota, seed of legumes and leaves of tea. Next we look at complex tissue. Xylem and phloem constitute the complex tissue in plant and work together as a unit. So we look at xylem. It conducts water or sap. Xylem is made up of vessel, tracheids, xylem fiber, parenchyma. Xylem fiber has highly thickened wall and obliterated central lumen. This is a very important point, you have to remember this. The radial conduction of water takes place by ray parenchymatous cell. In this tissue we have three dead cells and one is living. Vessel, tracheid and xylem fiber is dead and xylem parenchyma is living one. In stem, the primary xylem is endarched, whereas in root the primary xylem is exarched. So what does endarch mean? Protoxylem. Protoxylem is the first formed primary xylem. When protoxylem lies toward the center, or you can say pith, and metaxylem. Metaxylem is later formed primary xylem, lies toward the periphery, then the condition is known as endarch and it is seen in stem. I repeat again, protoxylem lies toward the center or pith and metaxylem lies toward the periphery, then the condition is known as endarch. Whereas in root, protoxylem lies toward periphery and metaxylem lies toward the center, then the condition known is exarch and it is seen in root. Next we have phloem. Phloem conduct organic food. Phloem is made up of sieve tube, companion cell, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. Gymnosperm have albuminous cell and sieve cell. They lack sieve tube and companion cell. It is an important point, you should remember this. Next we have the companion cell help in maintaining the pressure gradient in the sieve tube. So how it is done? The sucrose, which is actively transported to companion cell, diffuses through the plasmodesmata from the companion cell to the sieve tube element, and it increases the concentration gradient of sieve tubes and pressure gradient is maintained. Phloem parenchyma is absent in most of the monocot. It is also an important point, you can remember. These 3 points are very important. Next we have phloem fiber. It is also known as bast fiber, are generally absent in primary phloem. Enucleate condition means absence of nucleus. is found in mature sieve tubes and mature sieve tube element and in mature vessel element. Important point. Protoploem is first formed primary phloem, has a narrow sieve tube, whereas metaploem, which is later formed primary phloem, have bigger sieve tube. Jute, flax and hemp fiber, a type of bast fiber, are used commercially. Next we look at tissue system. There are three types of tissue which are divided on the basis of their structure, location and function. First we have epidermal tissue system. It forms the outermost covering of whole plant body, which consists of epidermal cells, stomata, epidermal appendages, which are trichomes and hair. In dicot, stomata are bean shaped, having two guard cells closing the stomatal pore. In monocot, stomata is dumbbell shaped. Guard cell contain chloroplasts that help in opening and closing of stomata. So you have to remember, in dicot stomata are bean shaped and in monocot stomata are dumbbell shaped. Trichomes are present on stem which are multicellular. You have to remember, trichomes are multicellular, branched or unbranched, preventing water loss due to transpiration. So what is the function of trichomes, student? That it prevent water loss. The second one, we have ground tissue system. All the tissue between epidermis and vascular bundle forms the ground tissue. So एपिडर्मिस को हटा दीजिए और वैस्कुलर बंडल्स को हटा दीजिए, इसके अलावा जितना भी टिश्यू है वो ग्राउंड टिश्यू है. इन लीव्स द मेसोफिल क्लोरोप्लास्ट कंटेनिंग सेल, मेसोफिल आर क्लोरोप्लास्ट कंटेनिंग सेल फॉर्म्स द ग्राउंड टिश्यू. द थर्ड वन वी हैव is the vascular tissue system. Vascular system consists of complex tissue, and we know complex tissue contains xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem that together form vascular bundle. Open vascular bundle. When there is a cambium present between xylem and phloem, then it is known as open vascular bundle and it is seen in dicot stem. Closed vascular bundle, cambium is absent between xylem and phloem and it is found in monocot stem. When xylem and phloem within a vascular bundle are arranged at alternate manner on different radii, the arrangement is called radial and it is seen in root. R for radial, R for root. When xylem and phloem are situated at same radius of vascular bundle, it is called conjoint, as in stem and leaves. Now we will look at some important point of dicotyledon root. इफ़ यू वांट डिटेल्ड, अगर आप लोग इसमें एक डिटेल चाहते हैं कि डिटेल में मैं इसको पढ़ाऊँ तो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में मुझे बता सकते हैं. अभी हम सिर्फ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. डाइकोटिलीडन रूट. द आउटर मोस्ट लेयर ऑफ डाइकोट रूट इज एपिडर्मिस कंटेनिंग यूनिसेलुलर रूट हेयर्स. द इनर मोस्ट लेयर ऑफ कॉर्टेक्स इज कॉल्ड एंडोडर्मिस हैविंग वैक्सी सुवेरिन एज कैस्पेरियन स्ट्रिप्स. दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस. Pericycle is present below endodermis. 2 to 4 xylem and phloem patches are present. Next we look at monocotyledon roots. Anatomically, monocotyledon root, epidermis, cortex, endodermis, pith are similar to dicot, except having more than 6 vascular bundle with larger pith. What is the difference between dicot root and monocot root is that in dicot root there are more than 6 vascular bundle with a larger pith. Next we have dicotyledonous stem. Epidermis is the outermost layer of dicot stem, having the thin layer of cuticle, may contain trichomes and hair. Cortex is divided into 3 sublayer. Outer hypodermis, which is made up of collenchyma, middle cortical layer, which is made up of parenchyma, and inner endodermis, which is rich in starch grain, so also known as starch sheet. It is a very important point, you must remember this point. Vascular bundle are conjoint, open and enlarged with protoxylem. Pith is parenchymatous with intercellular space. Next we look at monocotyledon stem. They have a sclerenchymatous hypodermis. This is a very important point, you must remember this, that in monocot stem sclerenchymatous hypodermis is there. Large number of scattered vascular bundles surrounded by sclerenchymatous bundle sheet is there. Vascular bundles are closed and conjoint. phloem parenchyma is absent. Next we have dicot leaf, which is dorsiventral. Epidermis cover both upper is known as adaxial and lower is known as abaxial surface. Abaxial surface have more stomata to minimize the transpiration obviously. Mesophyll bear chlorophyll to carry out photosynthesis and is made up of parenchyma. Spongy parenchyma are spherical and loosely arranged, but palisade parenchyma are elongated and compactly arranged. Vascular system includes vascular bundle, which are seen as vein and midrib. Monocotyledon leaf, which is isobilateral in nature. Stomata are present on both surface of epidermis, and mesophyll cell are not differentiated as spongy and palisade cell. So in monocot leaf you will not see a differentiation spongy and palisade cell as you will see in dicot leaf. Now this is a very important point. In grasses, some adaxial epidermis cell will with veins modified into large empty colorless cell and called bulliform cell. So bulliform cell is present in monocot leaf. Next we have secondary growth. It is the growth or thickness, you can say, due to formation of secondary tissue by lateral meristem. As I told you earlier that lateral meristem is secondary one. It includes vascular cambium and cork cambium. In dicot stem, cambium present between xylem and phloem is known as intravascular cambium. Important point it is. The cell of medullary rays, it is asked in NEET. This point is asked in NEET previous year question. The cell of medullary rays become meristematic to form interfascicular cambium. So you have to remember that cambium present between xylem and phloem is known as intravascular cambium, and the cell of medullary rays become meristematic to form interfascicular cambium, which together form the complete ring of cambium. Cork cambium or phallogen is formed in the outer cortex of the stem. Cork is impervious to water, means it do not let water to pass through it due to deposition of suberin in cell wall. Phallogen, phallum and phallodum are collectively called peridum. This is asked in NEET previous year question. Secondary growth also occur in stem and root of gymnosperm, but not in monocot. So you will see secondary growth in dicot and gymnosperms. So this is all about anatomy of flowering plant. Next we have on day 15 we will look at structural organization in animal, and if you like our video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.